welcome to this yoga class with the dance floor activist, me, Matthew Black. We're going to do a class about the shoulders today, releasing the shoulders. If you've got tight shoulders, that might be nice, but also thinking about how we can strengthen our shoulders in certain poses to keep our neck and shoulders safe. We'll also be opening the middle back, so if you kind of find yourself doing that at the end of sitting on a computer or driving or just being at home and not moving enough, this hopefully will be a class that you can enjoy. So we're going to start in puppy pose, which looks like this. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, and just reach the arms forward like this until you sort of tilt your tailbone in the air. You feel like a puppy having a stretch. And then rest the elbows down. You can pop a pillow under your head if it's more comfortable, or let your forehead rest down. And whilst you're there, then stay there, because I'm going to sit up to talk to the camera. You really want to think about breathing deeply into your lower back and relaxing and working at a pace that feels good for you today. So if I'm doing any poses that feel uncomfortable, then don't do them. And similarly, if you're nursing an injury, just be mindful of that. Now, from puppy pose, I'd like you to come back to all fours and start working your shoulders around the wrists, just gently warming up into the wrists, coming one way and then moving the other. And then from there, just rest the bottom towards the heels and the forehead towards the floor. If your knees don't like that, pop a pillow between your thigh and your calves, and you can always build a pillow with your hands, or pop a pillow underneath your head. And then coming to kneel up. If kneeling's uncomfortable, then feel free to sit on your bottom. From here, I'd like you to take your right hand and pop it behind your back, and take your left hand and pop it behind your back. And then open up the elbows. Now you might be able to actually touch fingertips, or even hold your hands as you open up the elbow. The important thing is to be opening up the elbows as you do that, and feeling the stretch in the shoulders. So let's do that on the other side. Opening up the elbows. Oh, I feel a massive stretch across the back of my arm here. And then coming to place both hands on your lower back and drawing shoulders with the drawing circles with the shoulders, so that you're sort of waving your wings. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to come back into your tabletop, but this time tuck the toes under and have broad shoulders in plank pose. So your tailbone's tucked under and your shoulders are blade. Feel free to do it with the knees on the floor. And then we're going to tuck the elbows into the rib cage and allow the shoulders to come down, the chest to come down, and have a little lie on the mat. You can pop one cheek down on the mat, and then take the fingertips really wide. From there, push the lower ribs into the floor, suck the belly in, push the pubic bone down to the floor and engage your bottom muscles, and exercise the top of the back and roll the shoulders away from the ears. Then exhale, pushing back. And we're going to step the feet between the hands. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders, and completely let everything go. From there, press against the shins and straighten your back as much as possible. Think about having the shoulders away from the ears, dropping and opening the chest, and try and honour the natural curvature of your spine, so that S shape in your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Relaxing the neck. In fact, give yourself a little bob around. See if you can make the arms and the neck bob around. and then stepping the left leg back and resting the knee on the floor. Now make sure your front foot is far enough forward that this angle is greater than a right angle. Keep your fingers by your hands and then drop the hips a little bit further, opening the chest and dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, drawing the hips back and feeling the stretch in the right hamstring or the back of the right leg. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, reaching back. Inhale, take the arms into this move if you fancy. Exhale, coming back. If your knee's really uncomfortable, then pop a blanket under your knee or fold the mat up so that you've got a bit of extra padding. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back. Now, we're going to tuck the back toe under and come back to this plank position. Tucking the tailbone under, squeezing your bum cheeks, shoulders away from the ears. Feel free to do it on the knees. And then again, tucking the elbows into the rib cage and resting your chest on the floor. Take the arms wide. Inhale, push the lower ribs into the floor. Engage the bottom muscles, engage the leg muscles. Exhale, pressing back and taking the left leg forward. Now, again, dropping the hips, drawing the hips forward. Exhale, keep the fingers forward and feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, reaching back. And again, you should only do the moves that feel good for you. If taking your arms up like this doesn't feel nice, then don't do it. You can keep the fingers on the floor. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, reaching back. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, reaching back. Now tuck the back toe under, jump forward and relax the neck, relax the shoulders and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Lovely. Now bring the feet together, but then step the left leg back. Turn the heel round so that the arch of the foot is in line with the front heel. So my right heel is in line with the arch of my left foot. Now you're going to push the whole foot down into the floor and straighten both legs. Pop the left hip in the air, so you're like yoga with attitude, and then reach the right arm forward. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch on the inside of the leg here. Now you may choose to stop here, that might be enough. If you want something more, then tilt round, take the left arm to the ceiling, fold the arm round and put it as though you're putting it in your imaginary right hand pocket. And let's just mix the shoulder a little bit. Now I like to look at the ceiling when I do this, but you can rest your neck if you prefer. You can also rest your whole hand on the floor, which obviously I can't demonstrate because I'm quite away from the floor. I don't have that much natural flexibility. Lovely. Now pop a little bend in the knee, rest on the knee, and let's take the arm back to the ceiling, then point it to the side wall here. Then inhale, circle the arms round, back to our warrior pose here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Now we're going to swing the arms through and come back to step at the top of the mat and do the same on the other side. So that I can talk to the camera, I'm going to stand at this side of the mat, but you can stand whichever way feels good for you. So this time stepping the right leg back, make sure the arch of the right leg is in line with the heel of the left leg. Coming to straighten that left leg, pop the right hip in the air, reach forward with the left arm, and again you may choose to stay here or drop the arm, fold this other arm round and put it in your imaginary left hand pocket and take the shoulder in the air and then stir that shoulder round. Feeling the stretch on the inside of the left hamstrings. Remembering to breathe. And then pop a bend in the leg, rest your forearm on that leg and take the arm up and over. See if you can get that bicep, the muscle here in your arm, in line with your right ear. So really lifting the right shoulder to the ceiling to get the stretch all the way down into the hip. Now coming back to your warrior pose, keeping this knee bent. And then what I'd like you to do is tilt your toes around so that you're facing me. You might also be facing away from me, which is fine. You can listen to what I'm saying. You'll get to peer at the screen again in a minute as you dip your head down and look between your legs. Now your big toes should point in just a little bit and press throughout the outside of your legs. Ooh. And relax the neck and the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Then coming to bend the knees and roll up one vertebra at a time. Lovely. Now we're going to walk the feet in and we're going to have a little balance challenge. So bringing the big toes together, I'm covered in dust from the floor, needs a good clean this room. We're going to take the right arm under and the left arm over and hold the arm in place like this. Now that might be enough, might get a little strong stretch across the back of the shoulder here, or you might want to take the other arm round and hold the hands together. Now imagine I'm pulling the elbows towards the screen, so you're rounding out your shoulders and feeling the stretch in your arms. Now, let's go in stages. You might stay here or take the challenge to bend the knees, push the bottom backwards so the weight's in the heels, and lift the right foot. Or cross your legs and balance the big toe on the floor. Or you might be able to, I don't know if I can just about fold your toes around your ankle. Crikey. Whoop. And the important thing is not to get frustrated if you wobble about or fall out of this, but to feel that intense contraction in all your muscles before opening up to a big star-like position. Lovely. Let's do that on the other side. So taking the left arm over the right, holding it in place. In fact, did we just do that? Oh dearie me, I cannot. I think I said right over left, didn't I? So it must be left over right. Pronating the shoulders, bending the knees, pushing the bottom backwards so that your weight's in your heels, and then taking the left leg over the right. And then wrapping it round if you can, squeezing everything in, rounding out those shoulders, bringing those elbows forward, bending the knees, squeezing the legs together, remembering to breathe deeply, then inhale, opening up, exhale, resting down. Well done. Whew. Now, we're going to make our way back to the mat. And I'm drawing the class towards its conclusion now. So I'm going to do quite a challenging pose here, which I hope you enjoy. It's a more challenging version of the move we did at the beginning of the class, which was to rest the elbows down. Did we do that? I'm sure we did that. Puppy pose, yeah, we started in puppy pose here. So instead, what we're going to do is the same position, but without the knees down. But you can do the same move here, if that's better for you. You don't have to do a more challenging pose if that's not where you are today. However, if you fancy it, tuck the toes under and then walk the feet in a bit and really push down into the forearms and try and get your tailbone in the air. Let's have a go together. So walking the feet in, pop that tailbone in the air, and give yourself a little scooch around, a little snuzzle, a little wiggle, and open the chest. And when you've had enough, rest the knees on the floor, rest the bottom towards the heels, and come and rest in this very relaxing child pose. Lovely, and then coming to sit on your bottom. So, I'm going to encourage you to take your right leg out and bring your left in to rest by the thigh. I want you to take your thumb and give me a thumbs up, and then bring that thumb underneath the ankle. Now you need to bend your knee to do this. Some of you will anyway, I do. And then lock that knee in place and push the elbow against the knee so that that's sort of locked in position. Ooh. And then take the left arm to the ceiling and over your head. Now if you're very flexible, you'll be able to keep that elbow, that left elbow up to the ceiling and hold your foot. If like me you're not that flexible, then let's focus on stretching down the left side of the body. Take the arm round to rest on your lower back. Open up that shoulder and rest the neck for a stretch. Very nice, and coming to relax. Let's do that on the other side. So stretching out the left leg, give me the thumbs up, place that thumb underneath the ankle, push the elbow into the knee and the knee into the elbow. Taking the right arm up into the sky, coming to hold the foot so that your elbow pit is in line with your ear, or folding that arm round, holding your lower back as though you're trying to put your hand in your right hand in your left hand pocket, squeezing the knee against the elbow and the elbow against the knee. Let the neck rest down for a stretch. And then coming to relax. I'm going to sit with our legs crossed or out if that's more comfortable. Sitting up as tall as you can, walking the fingertips away, thinking about having a long neck, and then taking the right ear to the ceiling. Then gently gazing down at the left hand. Taking the left ear to the ceiling, then gazing down at the right hand. Then coming to sit with your hands in your lap and a long spine. Thinking about relaxing your gaze or letting your eyes close. Wiggling the jaw, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and allowing the breath to rest down into the bottom of the rib cage. Coming to take some really deep breaths. And you can either let the video run out now and keep breathing deeply, extending your normal range of breath into something slower, more rhythmical. Or you can finish the class with me here. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. Thank you for joining me. And if you're not able to make it to the live Zoom sessions, then I'm pleased that these are available for you. Do comment and leave me a message if you're enjoying the videos. That will ensure I keep doing them. I certainly enjoy the messages I have received so far. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a really lovely day or evening. Drink plenty of water and keep safe.